Here's an example of the correct way to open your hips to receive a pass, trap it, and make a pass quickly. We see in this drill, which is short, short, long, that the same player making the same pass and the same run is going to receive the ball with the wrong foot and the right foot. And you'll see the difference between the time it takes in order to trap the ball and pass the ball cleanly in this drill. So we time it so that we see that the player receives the ball and traps it at both the same time, which is what we see here. On the right and the left, we see that the player is receiving the ball, makes a trap, and then is going to put the ball to his opposite foot and make a pass. Now the difference is, in one side, on the right, he lines himself up correctly by opening his hips to the direction he's going to pass. On the left, his hips are showing the direction that he's receiving the pass, not the direction he's going to make the pass. This small difference of which foot to receive the pass and which foot to then make the pass makes all the difference in the world of how quickly you can then make a pass. I'm going to add the time code here so you can see how quickly the difference is. Okay, so as we go here, we're going to have it stop right at the trap, and you can see these are pretty close to exactly right where the trap is. So we'll select the time code, put the time code there so you can see it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start back where the ball isn't at the trap. And then we'll go forward. You see the trap being made, and then he's going to switch to his other foot to make the trap. To make the pass. When he makes the pass, you see that on the right, the pass is already out of the screen at 2 seconds from the time he made the trap. Okay? If you look on the left, it takes a clear 1 second more before the ball gets out of the screen. Now, the screens aren't zoomed into exactly the same, but you still get the point that these two are both synced up together, and you can see the trap being made almost at the same time, but the pass being made cleanly on the right and not cleanly on the left. This time change is because of the changing of the hips. If you can see on the left, and I'll show a cursor here on the left, if you see on the left here, the hips actually have to rotate. You can see the hips rotating right here, and that hip rotation is what allows him to get that pass off. Without that hip rotation, he doesn't have the ability to actually make that pass. You can see it here. On the right-hand side, he doesn't have to rotate his hips because you can already see that the hips are rotated correctly. And because of this correct rotation, all he has to do is trap the ball and pass it with the opposite foot. This gives us that increased speed. This is the difference between getting the ball off cleanly and having a defender be on your back and not being able to make that pass. Sometimes that difference is the difference between offsides and onsides of your player that you're making the pass to. Sometimes it's just the difference between being able to make that pass and keep the ball moving and keeping the defense on their toes. This is just one simple example how small things in practice can change the complete way that we play.